Okay, I have my backing track downloaded and running in Audacity. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a set of headphones. And what this is going to let me do is I'm going to be able to hear the backing track, but when I play the part and it gets recorded, the backing track won't get re-recorded back into Audacity. I want to try and be able to keep the backing track separate in one track and my recording onto the other track. I don't want them to bleed into one another. So I use headphones so that only I and not the computer can hear the backing track. So I'll go ahead and I'll hit record. Take off the pause. You get the idea. Okay. So now there's a second track that's been recorded that's mostly just my clarinet, and I look at the waveform and I see, not too loud. I have two options. I can try and fix that, or I can re-record it. I'm going to re-record it, so I'm just going to hit stop, then I'm going to hit mute, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up my microphone volume, which was quite low to begin with. I should have checked that. But anyways, I'll hit record, and I'll make sure I'm backed up again. Hit record, and it will start a third track again. There we go. And then when I hit stop, I could see that the waveform is quite a bit healthier. And I'm all set for the next steps. Okay, we are back in Audacity. We've just finished recording our solo. And if I scroll up here, you can see there's the backing track. Here's the aborted recording that didn't get very good levels at all. So what I can do at this point is I can just click the X there, and that track disappears completely. And there's just a short little demonstration of me playing my solo with the backing track. And if I can play that. Now, to my ears, that sounds too loud with the backing track. So what I can do, here, I'll just open these tracks a little bit, and I've got two controls right here. I've got a volume control for each track, and I've also got a pan control which puts the sound left or right. So I'm just going to put that maybe just a little off to the left. But what I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to turn the volume of the backing track way down. Let's have a listen here. that's a little bit better. Now I have these mute and solo buttons, which can come in quite useful. So if I press mute, then all you can hear is the clarinet track. Or if I press solo, it kind of has the same effect because only this track is playing. It's solo. So if we had 10, 20 tracks or whatever, and we wanted to just zero in on one, instead of muting all the other tracks, we could just solo that one track. Now, I'd like to play just the clarinet track right at the beginning, and you can hear me walking away from the camera or away from the computer, and you hear the creaking. Have a listen here. Okay, so I can hear those poor floorboards groaning under my weight. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to highlight this section right here, and I can't delete it because if I delete it, it would put it out of place and it wouldn't be in sync with the backing track, so I'll undo that. But what I can do is I can come up to Effect and I believe anyways, one of these things allows me to insert silence. Let's have a look here. There we go, silence. And as you can see, that disappeared. Now when I play it back, no more creaking until we get to this line. And then suddenly you hear the background. Well, what I can do here is from where I know it's silent before the line, what I could do is I can take this section right here, highlight this section, and add the following. Fade in. So it's going to start from silence and just fade in. I'll just start a little further ahead there. Now this is not a lot of sound, and when we add the backing track again, I'll take the solo off there, you won't be able to hear that. But it's just nice to know that the option's available. There's all sorts of effects here that you can use, and I certainly encourage you to experiment with them. One of my favorites, of course, is reverb. It's always nice to have a little sweetness or a sweetening effect on your voice or your playing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight the section where it's playing and go to Effect and add a little reverb. And here we go. Now, that's a little bit too much. Sounds like I fell down a well there. So what I'll do instead is I'll put the effect back in. Where is it? Reverb. But I'll just back off a little bit on some of the values. Maybe make the room a little smaller. That's what reverb does, is it creates that effect of playing in a big room. And I can preview these. Now when I add the backing track in, that might sound just about right. So let's give that a shot. Now, since I'm just having a short solo here, I can take out all this backing track if I just wanted to export this file. It's just a short little snippet. Trouble is, now it just kind of... That doesn't sound very professional, so instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this last little section and then I'm going to go to Effect and I'm going to choose Fade Out. Let's have a listen to that. And there we go. We're all pretty much finished there. So that's basically some of the things that you can do with Audacity, and the nice part about this is it's all free. And now that I'm finished this, I can just export the audio. It's not backing anymore because it's got a solo. So I'll call this Nightingale Demo because it's just a short little section. And put it on the desktop. Save it. These are kind of interesting in that by writing these I can put down the artist and the name. This is a Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square, and these sort of things will show up in your MP3 player or on your phone when you go and play it. So that's kind of a neat little feature. I'll click OK. It'll export, minimize it, and go looking for it. Nightingale Demo. Here we go. Now that recording quality is acceptable, you have to remember it's done on a laptop. Not the highest end, but still much better than trying to record it on just a phone, which is an option as well, but certainly going this particular route is a bit better than that. So I hope this video has been helpful and it'll help you create your own solos.